Hey everyone, welcome to your 1010 Fates Wheel Portal reading. So 1010 is opening up this portal this year, and especially between 10:10 a.m. up to 10:10 p.m. in your time zone, it's going to be opening up this awareness in your life. And I love this reading that's coming forward because it's all about this Wheel of Fortune. You know, this is the number 10 in the major arcana, which this is the Wheel of Fate, which basically has a message that before you came down here, your higher self, your soul chose you first as an avatar to represent it and experience this life through. And it chose when you were going to be born and when you were going to be leaving and withdrawing back to the spirit realm, and all these fated events that it wanted to experience life through. But within each of those fated events, we still have the power to choose what story we want to apply to the situation and what emotion we want to feel as we go through it. So even though these fated events are out of our control as the human avatar, because they're already preordained to come into our lives, we still get to choose the impact that it has on us mentally with the story that we apply to it and emotionally as we go through it. So there is this empowerment that comes and that takes us out of this kind of world of that we're on this out of control drama train that's about to leap off the tracks and explode, in a gorge. And it shows that our life is much more intricately planned out than we had ever thought. It's more like a monorail train, like at Disney World, where it has all these exact stops. The train is attached to the track, so it's not going to go flying off. And it all is this perfectly planned ride that we're on. So there is that power that comes in here, that we're not as out of control as we think we are, and that we do have that power of choice. And I know when they first told me the story around this, when Spirit presented that to me, I was like, I don't think I'm making a choice. It doesn't feel like it anyway. And they showed that, how this all unfolds with all our stories and our emotions that we feel through situations is that all humans, when we were younger, as children, are given these popular opinions on what something is supposed to mean when it happens and how we're supposed to feel as we go through it. And we take on those stories, those opinions, those emotions as our own until it becomes our story. It becomes our habit to feel that way and to think that that thing means that way. And eventually it becomes so ingrained over and over and over again, it becomes our reaction where it doesn't feel like we're making a decision because it happens so quick. But the beauty of all this message that's coming in around these fated events is that we still get to choose what emotion we feel and what story that we want to apply to it. And because it's a habit, we can just put a little effort into it to change our habit on what story we want to put around things, what emotion we want to feel as we go through it. So that is the story of the Wheel of Fortune for this 1010 portal. And we're going to be asking just where in my life can I use awareness around my stories and my emotions? And that's what we're going to look at by each individual zodiac sign. We're going to jump into yours right now. All right, Capricorns, this is your 1010 portal reading. We're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Seeker Oracle deck. And any of the cards I use in a reading I do list in the description box below, so if any of them catch your fancy and you want them for yourself, you know where you can pick those up. So we'll start here and just see what Creative Spirit want you to know around the awareness around your stories and your emotions. So for all our Capricorns, what would you, okay. I want this one right here. Let's see what came up here. And you've got the advice from a cat. Excellent. So we will see what advice comes in from the cat here. And see what they want you to know about your emotions or your stories. And it says, there are times when we all overshare and give away more information than is prudent or wise. Take a lesson from Cat's enigmatic gaze and err on the side of being a little inscrutable and mysterious. The world we live in is larger than we may realize, and there are times when we take our safety for granted because we believe we know the people we share time and space with. But how well do we know anyone, especially those we communicate with regularly but have never actually met? Is your trust a little blind? Are you mindful at all times, or do you occasionally let loose and behave in a manner or say something controversial or inflammatory that might become a cause for regret? Are you leaving footprints that allow others to track and trace you? To see where you have been, what you have done, and what you have said? Would a stranger's discovery leave you feeling proud or ashamed, safe or worried? Sharing is caring, and there are times when sharing our story is of great importance as it allows us to be heard and others to feel less alone. It may bring good people into our lives. It may bring great reward, but we need to show a little judicious discrimination. Be mindful of how much you share and with whom. That which is seen cannot be unseen. That which is heard cannot be unheard. That which is said cannot be unsaid. By being a little mysterious, you may save yourself from potential harm and future regret. We all have a tale to share, says the cat. We might also have an audience. But a wise cat does not speak without purpose and never says more than what needs to be said. Wow, okay. So there's definitely a message around this of being aware of what stories that you're sharing, right? Because it's like you have these truths, you have these stories that you apply to situations, and you have beliefs around what emotions you should feel. And they're basically saying, just sit back and watch and say less and listen more, is what I'm kind of feeling so far. Now, we're also going to pull from the wisdom of the Tao, and we'll see what else they want to add. And they're not telling you to shut up, right? They're just telling you for your own sake, during this portal time, it's a great awareness just to sit back and watch and listen, and you're going to learn so much about others too. So what else for our Capricorns? What else would you like them to know? Okay, they do want you to have this one here. And you have grounding the ox. That's good energy. You're, of course, earth element, so you have that. It says, stand up forcefully for what you believe. Your strength and intelligence will get you through. Don't rush your decision based on limited information, right? Welcome others' constructive opinions, but don't allow yourself to be pushed. And the ox, is amazing because, when there's a big ox in a field, it's like their presence. They don't have to tell everyone, about, I'm an ox and this is my territory and you need to do what, this is and that, whatever. It's just his presence. This confidence stands for itself, and no one pushes an ox around because they're big, they're strong, and they know you don't have to prove it. Is kind of what I'm feeling. It says, the ox, you are the symbol of strength, stamina, and responsibility. You're imbued and connected with the great Mother Earth such that you become an icon of Earth yourself. Capricorns are. This gives those around you support and acceptance, as well as nurturing and unyielding love. You make them feel safe. The Ox card cautions you to be calm when dealing with challenges and stress. Don't let yourself be pushed or make a quick move based on limited information. Don't expect others to always understand you. In fact, in most cases, you will be misunderstood. Your sense of right leads you to face those challenges and endure hardships that others would avoid. You place great trust in others. I talked about this, right? You care about them and instinctively understand their needs. Those traits are what make others want to follow you. You openly show others by doing and setting an example. But it said, be careful, right? You exude strong confidence and inspire the same in others. Continue to use this down-to-earth quality and power to command. The Ox card foretells of a positive move in a relationship. In order to maintain a meaningful relationship, communicate with your partner openly and honestly. Take a deep breath and cool down when you're confronted with conflicts. In hectic situations, remember to ground yourself. Your temper can drive away those who love you. This card is closely tied to family as well. All of your loved ones are well protected by the spirit of Mother Earth. Ox is asking you to give yourself a break. You're a workaholic and you don't properly care for your body. Give yourself some downtime and balance work with play, like a kitty. Your family members cherish you more than the financial benefits you worked hard to bring in. When you feel overwhelmed and stressed, you may have too much earth energy. In this case, your earth energy is doubled due to the fire around you. So spend some quality time outdoors, especially in rocky mountains or shade gardens to settle your emotions. Any excessive earth element can be removed by blending it with the wood or the metal element. Rocks are a part of the metal element, and gardens belong to the wood element. So definitely there's like this pausing here, understanding people, you trust people very quickly and easily. People are drawn to you. You love helping people. You have the ability to really ground yourself with your earth energy, but it is telling you to take a step back and during this time especially, allow people to come to you and share what they want, but keep your story close to you during this time. We're also going to use these Archangel Power Tarot and see what else they'd like to add here. All right. So what else for our Capricorns, please? All right. What else for our Capricorns? Okay. So they want to have that one and that one. All right. So you have your 5 cards here. We'll start with the one that made itself known, of course. And you have the Ace of Michael, which would be the Ace of Swords in the Standard Tarot. And this is all about connecting to capital T truths. Those that are rooted in unconditional love. And so I understand this time that they're having you spend is to understand the stories that you have applied to the world. And you're like withholding back the stories that you've been telling, your opinion about things, So if you have these strong opinions that you care about politics or religions or the way someone should live or not live and blah, 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 it's time for you to bring those back and really focus on connecting to truths that are of the higher realms, that are rooted in unconditional love instead of the small t truths that are rooted to the fear of losing conditional love in the human world. Because that's what the Ace of Michael does. The Ace of Swords allows you to connect higher, but also slice away all their beliefs and opinions that you've had in your life, really focusing on the important. It also allows you to not feel like you have to compete and prove that other people's small t truths are not as true as your small t truths, because your focus is on higher knowledge, higher thoughts and beliefs. And so your stories will start to change, and your focus on what you're thinking about and using your mental energy also changes. And you have the high priestess. Yeah. So high priestess, she, goes away from everything. She goes into her temple, and her, the high priestess goes into her high temple, connects to the higher realms. So she connects to the subconscious, the hidden, the unknown, goes behind the scenes. So, that goes right in alignment here. She's pulling away from all that outside noise so that she can connect to the capital T truth. She can really understand what is truly going on instead of focusing on what's going on out in the storm. She's in the eye of the storm, and she's seeing things. It's almost like they're showing me you're at a party where everyone's getting drunk and you're the only one who's sober, and you see clarity even though everyone else is seeing things in their own different way, right? You are seeing things so much more clearly because you're outside of the norm. You're backed off, and you're in this temple, which, of course, you can be getting out into nature like it talked about too. Wow. And then you have the Sun card. This is victory. This is also, I feel like this energy of the sun, it shines light and brightness on every area of your life. So it is shining light, and it brings things out of darkness, and it brings clarity. It brings truth. There's also this duality here in that this is like Leo energy, where it's looking in, having this relationship with your inner child. And it has to do with getting into your unconscious and subconscious, where your inner child is hiding. And so there is this digging in, this quietness. You're understanding more and more where your beliefs came from, why you believe what you did. And there's a lot of subconscious stuff that's going in that you don't know why you get triggered, that during this time, because you're standing back and not verbalizing stuff, you are looking at what are these mirrors that are coming across my path showing me about me. And there's a lot of this innerness that's going on here. So that's perfect. Oh my gosh. And another major arcana. So you have 3 major arcana out of 4, which this means this is like major life change stuff that's going on. It's not little, it's like fork in the road, and you're taking a new direction in your life. Because the Strength card also reiterates, this is your human side, this is your higher self, and it's this relationship that you're having between the two. You're realizing as you connect to your spiritual side and your higher truths and connecting all up above, this is all giving you such inner strength because you're understanding who you really are, and that a lot of the stuff on the outside world doesn't make you feel whole and complete. That's what our lion is told. Go out here, relationships, situations like job, education, social status, your body, things, your bank accounts, all this is going to make you happy, but it doesn't satisfy your hunger. It makes you more hungry. It doesn't satisfy your thirst. It makes you more thirsty. But our higher self brings us what we're truly hungering for, which is the unconditional love of back home. So this connection that you're having, to your inner child, to the higher realms, to higher truths, it's all coming in with this portal. So major, major important day. That's when it climaxes. The biggest energy is on October 10th from 10:10 a.m. to 10:10 p.m. in your time zone. But you're going to start feeling it earlier, and it will carry on going forward if you'll do this work during that time. Oh my gosh. And you get a 4th major arcana here. And this is the solutions card. Success that comes from objective compromise, self-control, and patience, forgiving and healing energy. So definitely you have this, balancing that's going on here. You're having this beautiful understanding of things through this process. You are making this huge switch in your awareness and how you see things in the world. And it all starts with just sitting back and not feeling like all those small t truths that you've been, all those opinions that you've been putting out there, with you choosing to sit back and evaluate them and spend that time. Doesn't mean you have to be a hermit, but it is about you taking time for you to think through things and why you think the way you do, and getting into your unconscious, your subconscious, so you can bring some of that stuff into your consciousness so you understand what it is that's been triggering you and making you so passionate about sharing those things in the outside world. It's allowing you just to step back. In fact, I kind of feel like people are going, "Are you okay?" And you're like, "Yeah, why? You usually have an opinion about everything, but you're just kind of letting me talk. You're not like interrupting me and telling me what I should do with my life. Are you okay? Did I do something wrong?" And you're like, "No, I just want to hear what you have to say." And I realized, that I do that. So I just want to hear what's going on with you. And it's going to be like, wow. So I love that. We are going to use the Everyday Tarot here to get some clarity around this. And I just wonder, where do we want the clarity, right? What area would we like to know more about here? All right. I'm drawn to the Sun card the most with the unknown. What is it that your child self, your little child self, wants you to know? What more information do they want to provide you here? What more guidance do they want here? I feel like it's these three here. So let's take a look here. What else does your child self want you to know about this? Yeah. So it is. Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets. So it's right in alignment with that Ace of Michaels there, because this is, you have peace of mind. Fours are very stable. So mental stability, you're letting the expectations fall away and you're sleeping on that Ace of Swords. So they are, you are bringing these thoughts and these beliefs, you're understanding them, and they're like, do this for your peace of mind, because there's these charged emotions, there's these thoughts and these beliefs that are bouncing around in your subconscious that they want you to bring forward. And I feel like they're telling you to pay attention to your dreams too, especially on the portal day, October 10th, but just in general, between now and then and thereafter, pay attention to your dreams, because it's like your child self is saying, that's how I communicate with you. I feel safe in your dreams to be able to talk to you, because you are your adult you, and the child self sees itself as separate from the adult you, and it doesn't trust you because it sees how you say one thing and do another, and I don't mean that in a judgmental way. We all do it, right? Like, people are like, "Hey, can you do this for me?" And inside you're going, "Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, I can do that for you." They see how you're not being authentic to yourself. And so they're not trusting you until you start being more authentic with you and doing, being that, treating yourself in that way. Yeah, and then you have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is about joy and celebration, but it also is a special message from your higher posse support team. It's all your guardian angels and your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, unicorns, fairies, whatever you believe, those beings of unconditional love and light. They're saying, we are around you all times. You're never alone. Ask us for guidance and help through anything, and we are more than happy to share that information to help you along the way and to do those things. And then you have the Six of Swords. Yep. So you are having this change, this movement of your thoughts. You're leaving old thoughts behind and moving into new thinking. So they're definitely, your inner child is letting you know it is time for a change of thinking and a change of thought. In fact, there are you, your adult self, and your child self. You're going on a new adventure. You're moving together into new ways of thinking, new stories. Like the old stories that were applied to things, we're ready for new ones. There's this old thinking that you had, that you were told that when this happens, this is what it means. When this happens, this is how you're supposed to feel. Supposed to, should, need to, have to, musts are all the old stories. And your child self is like, I'm tired of those old stories. It's like reading the same bedtime story to a child over and over and over and over. Eventually, even if it was their favorite, they're like, okay, I'm done. I want news stories, and that's kind of what they're telling you. I love it. Now, if you are looking for more guidance, in addition to these readings, I also put out weekly energy updates for each individual zodiac sign, also monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get a notification as soon as they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button. Also, clicking the subscribe button will give you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, there's an option for all. And if you click on that, then you'll be notified of any new videos that do come out on my channel. Also, doing those things helps spread the Zen love, and it does help my channel grow in significant ways, because when you like one of my videos, share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, especially subscribing to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy happy. It does want to automatically share my videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am so very grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you are looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and actually my recorded personal readings have a sliding price scale, so you can pick a price that is in more alignment with your budget, so it offers a little bit of flexibility there. If you're interested in any of that, it's all listed in the description box below. All right, all you Capricorns, as you go through this portal, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing time. I'll be talking with you very soon. But in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.